There are certain advantages to holding the camera just right, especially, when you're me. I've been told in the past that if you haven't got anything good to say, that you should not say it. And I've been trying very, very hard not to say what it is that I feel within me. A lot of people wouldn't believe me. They would probably say that I'm overreacting, or my brain chemistry is out of whack or something. It's probably what they'd say, because nobody wants to hear what I have to say about this knowing that's coming over me. Every once in a while, I drop a hint or two about it. For those of you who are observant, I hope you pick up on that, because I don't want to scare anybody. And second of all, I don't want to claim to be a psychic, because I'm not. Okay. Can't tell you what the future holds. All I can tell you I really can't tell you anything. I'm hoping that you're getting the same messages that I'm getting, or the same knowing, because it's not really an audible message. It's not really a piece of mail you get in your mailbox, It's a knowing. And I hope you're getting that message. That little boy, he never stops. He is always on guard. It's his job. He takes it very seriously. Being homeless for so long, and as a stray, a starving stray, which he must have been homeless for quite some time, because you could see every bone in his body when they picked him up. So he takes guarding his homestead very seriously. I just love him. I haven't heard anything in the email yet. I'm waiting to find out what the next step is. And I'm a little anxious just now, because even though I know in my heart that what is for the highest and greatest good is going to come about, I don't have a clue what that is. So it's like universe is going to surprise me with this outcome. And of course, I trust the universe with all my being, so I try to be calm. I try to relax. My husband tries to come up with chores for me, but those chores always include getting in the car and driving somewhere and going to purchase something, because he doesn't drive anymore. Well, I don't necessarily like to be the gopher. And so we have an issue. When I decide I'm going somewhere, then he needs to give me his list, and I'll make the stops. Other than that, I'm not going to prepare myself for a journey that, I'm not ready for. Like right now, I'm ready to just sit here and ponder things, because, I like to let my mind kind of go quiet and just let it go quiet, and whatever universe wants to do in there, because I'm sure, and maybe you all think I'm nuts. I know my friend does, and there's a lot of other people who do, and that's perfectly fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But my belief is that when we let our minds go passive, that is when spirit comes in and does its work and lets us know, or kind of tunes us, gives us a little tune up. Doesn't always feel good. Like right now I feel like crying. Unfortunately, it's like the tickling thing. I mean, when my mom used to tickle me and I made myself believe it didn't tickle anymore and I just stopped being ticklish. It was kind of that way the last time I cried really hard. When when all my hopes and dreams were shattered. And life as I expected it was going to be turned out to be nothing. Literally. I mean, everything was my job, my relationship, my home, my dog, everything was gone. And I was shattered once again. And then I wonder, I mean, at the time it took me quite a while just out in the woods camping. Fortunately, I had unemployment, so I could camp a lot and spend time out in Mother Nature. But it makes me wonder, how many times can a person's life be shattered? I mean, literally torn apart and then put back together with some semblance of love and compassion and deep, deep empathy for others. I think it grows, actually. I think the more we suffer, I think the more compassion we hold within ourselves. And also on the other side of that, the more we suffer, the more happiness comes. So with great suffering comes great happiness, whether in this life or the next. I believe that wholeheartedly to be true. See, and it's good to have things like that to believe in, because when you believe in things like that, it makes you feel better. Of course, maybe I'm just playing a mind game, but it makes me feel better. So that's just the way I think about it. Now here is another video that's going to last quite a while with me not saying hardly anything. You know what it's like? It's like looking in the mirror and I'm talking to myself, except I know that there is actually somebody listening somewhere. And that maybe that somebody feels the same way I do. Maybe we have something in common. Maybe there's a connection. There ought to be. There are 7 billion people on the planet. There ought to be more connections. It should be easy. Like the roots of the trees growing together and holding the ground steady for life to be. People should network together and hold each other up and help each other through the tough times so that life can be. And that's just the way that it should be. But in my blog about my tree, Queen of the Forest, you can see another opinion about all of that. Anyhow, I'm sure my husband's going to make me go do something soon. Because he's in his man cave right now. He's dreaming up some sort of project. Some little tools he needs to do some. He's doing man stuff. You know, what is that? And I'm not allowed really out there. I don't go out there. It's like the man cave. So that I find it hilarious. I really do. It's really funny. I mean, it's like the man cave, and it says there's a sign. Man cave, authorized persons only. And it's got a caveman with a big whacker, a big stick. And when I go open the door and I step out there, he asks me very seriously, "What are you doing out here?" And I just, it's like, whoa, so sorry. Trespassing in the man cave. Wow. Oh, good Lord. One of these days we'll figure out what life is going to be, where we'll land, how it's all going to play out, and then we'll move forward. But for right now, we're kind of in limbo, waiting to discover what it is universe is going to dole us. I want to tell you, without being scary, to expect very big changes. Okay, now, whether you're an atheist, Buddhist, or, all of those other religions, I don't really care. Okay, we're all the human race. We're all people. Whatever you think, just know something big is coming down the pike for all of us, regardless of how you've manipulated your own mind into believing certain things. Okay? And whether you believe in the Bible or not, it does say God favors no one. No one is better than anybody else. It says it right in there. Probably even says that in the Quran. I tried to read the Quran once, but it was so angry I had to quit. I couldn't do it. It's like, wow, these people are freaking mad. So, yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff. I should go shopping, because I did get paid today. So maybe I should go to Goodwill just to get out of the house. It is 74 degrees outside. Maybe I could go for a little drive. And maybe I should go get a bunch of flowers. Maybe I should go get some flowers. I think flowers would be nice, cheery. I hope you all aren't feeling this sadness that I have, because this sadness tells me that what's coming down the pike isn't going to be, it's not going to feel good. And it's going to hurt a lot. It's going to hurt a lot. Just be ready for it.